Hey,
how y'all
you
doing?
know, we've got a lot to talk about today, but before we get started,
Gosh.
before we
Party
get
mode
started,
live guest. I don't know what that is.
no,
But,
that's of course, you know.
Well, no.
Oh, that's See, this is the kind of notification you get when the show goes live. You see that? That is literally the notification that you get that will let you know that the show is live.
See, there's an actual notification that you all actually get, and we've been saying that for the longest time, and it finally showed up.
Well, it always showed up.
It always showed up but I'm just saying it finally showed up so that we can actually see it.
Right.
I'm just saying, that's what people keep saying, that they don't get the documentation and stuff, and I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how to deal with that one. So
before we go any further.
So I'm just going to hang out here and act like there's nothing going on, like this man does not have a blowtorch next to my arm.
Okay, because of the fan is blowing. Oh, maybe it's the wax is. Oh, girl, I can't see it. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll just, all right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday, dear Epic. Me. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Now blow out your candle.
Oh, I have to blow out the candles. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, you blew out the candle. Wow, your breath is so hot.
Oh, I can't stand it.
Lick the end of the candle. Come on. You got. Oh, there you go. Suck it. Mm-hmm. Like some of your less, fun dates. All right, so let's have an introductory piece. I left you the cream cheese side.
I appreciate that.
This is carrot cake from the Weg and the Mans.
Excuse me, aren't I supposed to be taking the first piece?
Sorry, please.
I just want to make sure. It is
right. It is moist.
My cake it looks moist and delicious.
Your cakes are always moist and delicious and very tasty, and unsurprisingly full of nut.
Hey, people.
Cheers, queer.
Thanks.
Happy birthday, love.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tell me what you think of the cocktail.
I recognize this.
It's the same cocktail from Saturday.
No, but I recognize, is it like 7-Up, or is it like, there's something in here I recognize.
It's lemon drop vodka plus Tito's vodka plus triple sec, orange juice, and cranberry juice.
It's the Tito's.
Okay.
That's what I recognize.
So how was your birthday, love?
So first off, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes.
Did you get a lot of birthday nudes?
So I did not get a lot of birthday nudes, but I got some interesting birthday nudes. Last year I got a lot, but this year I got some interesting ones. So I kind of got them. They were sent to me like in groups and clusters. So I was kind of like, "Oh, I'm gonna add this to the." I'm gonna add this.
Hey, Pixel! One of these days.
Oh my God, hey, Pixel!
We'll head out to California and get to meet Pixel in person.
Yes, or you bringing Pixel to.
Child, don't be bringing that dog all the way across the country like that. You are not those kind of people.
Well, might be. I mean,
plus you got now the dog gonna have to sit in the room all time and then be on the cruise.
Listen, Pixel could be coming on a cruise.
I know Pixel is a party dog. I'm sure.
Listen, his family is a party. They're party family.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm here for it.
So yeah, you were describing the news.
But yesterday they were interesting nudes,
Mm-hmm.
quality nudes, but and they were good though.
Oh, good.
I did not get to post my thank you message because
so the news were both tasteful and vulgar.
They were tasteful and vulgar.
Good. That's exactly what I wanted.
More tasteful, but the vulgar did show up in ample quantity.
Mm-hmm.
But my mailbox is still open for more vulgar, just so y'all know.
Always. I mean, my mailbox is always open for nudes.
Right.
Actually, one person sent me nudes, and I'm like, you didn't read the message, but I'm fine with it.
So yeah, it's a different birthday. I don't know how you felt about your birthday this year.
It was a bit blah. Probably because we put so much effort into 50. And I don't normally, I say a bit blah, but only in comparison. And that's because, as a rule, I don't put a ton of effort into most birthdays. Like, I put a lot of effort into my 40th birthday and obviously into my 50th. But until I turn like 55, I don't intend to put a lot of effort. Now, once I get to be like 70, bitch, every year we're gonna be like, "Ooh, we still here,
baby."
But until then, I feel like it's gonna be like a every 5-year celebration.
Yeah, 55 is the next go round for me. But I'm enjoying it. But I also felt like it's just a little different. I don't know if it's 45, if it's 40, or if it's 50. But somewhere along the lines, like, your priorities change, and as far as life and friends and just stuff that you do.
Now, I can fuck the rest of this cake up, but I'm deferring to you because it's your birthday. So there you go. There we go. Just gonna slide it in front of you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Resist the temptation. Oh, except for this little bit of.
Okay.
No.
But
now I'm regretting because I was like, should I buy this whole fucking cake? No, I don't need to buy a whole fucking cake.
Because then you have to eat the whole fucking cake.
I know, right? And I'm gonna be out of town this weekend,
so it's like.
And then if I come back and Kendra's eating that cake, I'm gonna fuck her up. So
knowing damn well neither one of y'all need to be eating a whole damn cake.
Right, but that ain't the point though.
But I'm just saying.
Anyway, so
but yeah, just a little different. Different for me because I realized that some of the people that are important to in my life, and family is still important. The ones that I do talk to, and not that I've stopped talking to all of them, but
most of them.
Yeah.
Except for Mrs. Sugar Snap.
Right.
Who I got to speak to a little bit last week as she was cussing you out.
Yes.
And she sounds lovely.
She is. She sounds very lovely. She also had a birthday, and I wasn't supposed to mention her name or anything like that today. And I'm not going to mention her name.
Her birthday is today?
She had a birthday this month as well. She's another Gemini.
Oh, okay.
And I actually forgot it.
Well, happy belated birthday, Mrs. Sugar Snap. Sugar Snap, excuse me.
Yeah, I actually forgot it because I was sitting there thinking, like, I'm missing something. But then also, there's a couple other birthdays. My other cousin's birthday is coming up on the 19th. Gotta make sure I reach out to her.
And Lola, it is never too late to send nudes. Do not think that because you are a female-bodied person that we do not want to see your nudes. We are equal opportunity.
So how many are you sending and when you sending them?
Right. You talking all this yang and we ain't seen no nudes.
So what you saying?
Since like I didn't get some for my birthday, I feel like I should get some, like retroactively.
So, but anyway, so like I said, it's just different, and you start to appreciate things and people and just different stuff. So it's a good birthday. So every day is a good day, and every day is a good birthday. I woke up with in a place that's mine, and roof over my head, and a job, and
Hallelujah.
27 cents in my pocket.
Amen.
And, so I'm trying to be very, very appreciative of those things, and even people in my life that I even care about, and
like me,
yes, that I care about. And I talked.
You saw how he just danced over that, y'all. He was like, "Yeah, you too."
Well, I mean, this is my moment right now. This is about me right now.
It is.
It's about me. And I did have a very special Facebook post from one Cominion Donix.
He sounds like a nice person.
He's a goddamn ray of sunshine. So he's been told.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other very nice messages and just a lot of good gestures. And
I don't think any of them were quite as nice as the one that Communion Donick sent you, though.
Sure.
Okay, just checking.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have a strawberry.
Sure.
Ooh, the strawberry with a little bit of cream cheese on the side.
But it was good.
Fat
It was
now.
really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's kind of it. But thank you all so much. And you know, a lot of stuff has been going on. But there's been some good stuff going on. Like Janet popped up in the news again. She's on the cover of Essence. And you know, I'm in a good space. Like I'm pretty happy right now.
Good.
So, yeah. Now, if I can find Mr. Epic somewhere, like the other half somewhere, then that listen, we can figure that out somehow.
I thought you had found him.
Nah.
You just had to be comfortable with sides.
Nah.
It's a negative.
It's a no, thank you. But you know, yeah, other than that. But how was your week?
I mean, unless something incredible happens, is just work was just work.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do Friday? You know what? I purposely did nothing on Friday because I knew that Saturday was going to wear me all the way the fuck out.
Saturday was good,
baby. So we got there. So the parade started earlier than normal because normally our lineup time, they tell you to be there at like 3. No, they usually tell you to be there like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And the parade is supposed to step off at 5. And the joint usually steps off about 6:15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this year they said the parade was going to start at 3, and that we were supposed to be lined up between 12:30 and 1:30. Well, I got there at 1:45, and we found our best friend, and we found our place in line, and we stood there,
and stood there some more.
But it wasn't as long as it normally is that we stand there. We got there. I predicted that we were supposed to be there by 1:30. Most people got there between 1:30 and 2. And there were a couple of guys, like some of the guys from Command marched with us.
Mm-hmm.
And because Onyx had our own contingent. There was no official leather contingent. So we had our own. And like the Highwaymen and
Highwaymen, Command.
No, Command was with us.
Right. I'm saying those are people that were with us. And then it was a couple title holders, GNC.
Right. But Mr. MAL was with the Centaurs. So the Centaurs and the Highwaymen had their own group because everybody just sort of had to do their own thing because there's no DC Eagle to sort of, rally around. So anyway, and so like some of the guys from like the Highwaymen is a little strong. Oh, you want more? Okay.
Give me more. Give me more. Sorry. Okay. Keep talking. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. And so I had said to some of the newbies, because like Mr. GNC Mark, who is I think the vice president. No, the other guy, David, was the vice president of Command. But anyway, they were like, well, we're supposed to start at 3, so we'll probably start around 3:15. I was like, ha!
Child.
I was like,
Child.
we will not take a fucking step before 4:30.
I was, and that's what I told What's-His Face. I was like, if we pull out here before 4:30, I'll be amazed. And I think we pulled out like 4:20.
No, so it was after 4:30.
Was it after 4:30? Because it was like a couple false starts. It was like, oh, we're getting ready to start now. So,
right.
Yeah.
And then, so when we finally did start, the parade route was reversed.
Yeah.
Because normally it starts in the neighborhood, then works its way over to the old neighborhood on 14th Street.
Yeah.
Well, this time it started in the old neighborhood on 14th Street and worked its way back around to the new neighborhood. So it started on 14th and T. Northwest, so just south of U Street. You wound our way around and over the river and through the woods and ended up on P Street, a block from the fireplace.
Child, let me tell you who had me dying. Our brother came up from Deep South.
Pussycat.
So that's the first thing. So I blame elimination for this. I have always pronounced his name Pusscat because that's just
right.
That's what,
but there's a
that's
C
what
in
right.
there.
That's what elimination says. But his actual name I believe is Pussycat.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but he had me dying because he normally Pussycat always comes in like full like rubber and then also heels. Like he has platforms. And I was like, bitch, you out here. I was like, first of all, when he walked up to me, I was like, first of all, I don't even know who you are because you're not even as tall as you were because you don't have one of these damn platform heels. That was the first thing. Then the second part, we were laughing about him marching in these damn heels. He was like, child, I want to put something that was comfortable. I was like, look, I get it. But then he had me dying talking about, I was told it was only gonna be one turn. I was like,
bitch.
yeah.
This
Okay.
is in South
I don't
Florida
know,
where
yeah.
all of the streets.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're
who
not
told
just
you
marching
that.
straight down the street,
I was
honey.
like, I thought
We
it was
are
gonna be one turn. I was like, yeah, we gotta
bitch, we
couple
are
turns.
over the river and through the woods. Cranberry.
Tito's
And-
triple set cranberry and okay.
Yeah, and I don't do proportions. I just,
Just pour.
there was so this was the bottle that the lemon drop vodka was in. There was this much lemon drop vodka left. So that's how much lemon drop vodka was. And I added probably an equal amount of Tito's,
Okay.
then half that much of triple sec, then cranberry juice
Just for
to
color.
give it cranberry juice gives it the color.
It's just color.
And then the orange juice is what gives it the pastel.
Right.
The pastel is it's really just a splash.
That's it.
This is my normal drink. It's vodka and cranberry with a splash of OJ. So it's just so here's the thing. Next year, I'll just bring a flask because
that was in my bag. I told you that was in my bag. Yeah.
Carrying around 2 liters of liquor on your back. First of all, you're standing around for 3 hours and then marching for 3 miles with 2 liters. 2 liters doesn't sound like a lot, but when you are literally standing there and having it pull on your back for 5.5 hours, it was a lot.
I had straight water in mine, but I did have my little flask. I had my
So next time I'm only going to make a flask full.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to do like a regular size water bottle.
Okay.
Of it, and then like a flask. I'm not bringing that big 2-liter water thing.
And the last time I used my little water filtration thing, I had iced tea in there along with my Jack Daniels, and so it kind of turned the tubing kind of brown. So I was like,
yeah,
okay. Well.
And the shit was heavy, and my shoulders was hurting and shit. My feet were fine until we stopped walking.
Oh yeah.
When we were standing there, it wasn't too bad because it's sort of, and then the walking was fine. Like poor Mixed Symphony, they were like, they were like, is this it? I was like, honey, we've got a lot more to go.
But it didn't stop. And listen, it didn't stop them because they got out there, they was twerking. I was like, come on, Mix, listen.
Right, come on now.
It was good. Like
get it together.
We had a good time.
And you also see what you were doing. Y'all were doing the most, not you, but Mixed Symphony was doing the most. They were pop locking, dropping it, and all that stuff. I was just marching and waving that little sign back and forth. My shoulder was all fucked up.
Let me tell you something. Who else cut the fool was damn deviant. He was like, I'm just gonna
with that big ass flag.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna come. He winds up right up in the front with the damn flag.
I gave him that big ass flag.
He's like Mr. J said, like,
I bought that flag because it was only that big ass flag with the pole was only $20.
Where'd you get that from?
One of the people on the street vending the flags.
Okay.
And so, but I was like, I'm not carrying it. So I gave it to Deviant, and he was twirling it, and he did a good old thing. And our brother Spectre
came, and this was the first time he actually made it to the damn parade. Like every year,
I was very happy for him.
Every year,
but at one point, I was like, no shade, but
listen,
Spectre has a disability. It's not a shade. It's no shade. But I was like, girl, you gonna be all right?
We had that conversation. I was like, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. He was like, no, I'm gonna do this. I was like, okay. Right. Like, all right, I'm here to support you.
And then I was like, are you sure? I was like, because we can't carry you. He was like, I only weigh 210 pounds. We was like, use a lie for Jesus. Use a lie before Jesus.
All I know is I was gonna be there to help him. That's all I know.
Of course, we was gonna help him, but we was. We would have cussed his ass out.
I don't know nothing about no 210 pounds, but I'm just saying I'd have been there to help him.
We would have cussed his ass out the whole time. So anyway, I was fine between waving that flag and doing everything, and I was literally just there to be the handler for the slave because everybody was like, they were going in for him and for Della and for Blue. And so, but I think it was clear that we were together. And so I'm sure there's a lot of pictures of who's this fat bitch with this good looking dude at Pride. So, but that was fun. And then afterwards, I had my mind set and and I did not realize how dehydrated I was. Not to the point of passing out, but the only thing that I did get have one bottle of water, but I did probably drink not a half a liter.
I drank all that water.
But I'm talking about in my pack.
I drank all my water.
This bottle is what, 750 milliliters?
Approximately, yeah. 1.75 liters, it should be.
Right. Well, I drank a quarter of a liter. So I drank a significant amount of that fluid and one bottle of water. So I was like, we're going to go to Alero's. We are other people's like, I don't know if I want to. Okay, girl, bye. I wasn't going to argue with people. It was totally fine. Some of the girls wanted to go to Del Taco and do other stuff. I was like, no, I want to sit down. I want to have my passion fruit margarita. And that was that.
Yeah, I wound up going over to what's the name's house because I just want to spend time with them over there.
Who?
Karen, 7 and
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we got there and we walked in and the black girl was like, how many? We was like 6. He was like, okay, give me just a minute. 45 minutes later.
Jesus Christ.
But bitch, we was already sort of committed to it. So we sat down and ate. I was like, the first thing she gave me this water, and I was like, take a sip. Then I was like, my body was like, bitch,
down this water.
Glug 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 glug. And I was like, can I get another?
Ciao.
And then, I don't know if they have it at the other Aleros, but at this Aleros, they have the mega size drink. That drink was,
you mean like the big fishbowl type of?
Not quite, but almost. Yeah, okay. The joint was about this big. I couldn't do. I had to throw it away. I had to give it away.
Give liquor away, bitch. What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Bitch, what is wrong with
I
you?
already had half of this.
But bitch, what is?
I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Because I knew I was going. The regular size one was like $11, and that was for 8 ounces.
Yeah, approximately. Yeah.
But for the 32 ounce was only $20.
Yeah, I got the.
So it was a bulk. It was I bought in bulk.
Yeah.
So I drank at least 2 of those. There was like 4 of them in that cup, but I drank at least 2 of them. And so then I got home. You ever be so tired to you like in pain and like you try to lay there, but then your feet hurting and like your body is just giving that general throb.
Yeah, and then you're trying to lay it. You're trying to lay your leg or your foot or something to the side so it stops throbbing and
whole body was just a throbbing. And I had told my buddy who lives out in Akakeek, he was like, "Oh, I will come up and hang out for the festival." I got up at like 10 o'clock Sunday morning. I was like, I'm not going to the festival.
Do not
talk to you later. That was it. I was like, yeah. Because I was like, I'm not going to walk around just to see HRC and Bank of America with all of the gays that work for Bank of America sitting out there, trying to pretend like they give a shit about this company and, all of that. And so I was like, yeah, I'm good. So I stayed home. But it was a lovely weekend altogether.
But can we just talk about Dylan and this slow walk that he had the entire parade?
Yes.
Bitch, this walk, bitch, it was very much of like, I wouldn't be caught dead in anything but red.
Right.
Like you were just the entire time. Listen, you got your life, and I was here for it because I was watching from the background. I was like, he's getting his life.
And on a serious note, I always feel like it is, like some of our brothers, and not just our brothers, but people in general, like marching in a parade, I would never. And they always make it sound like an obligation. I always feel like it's a privilege to march in the parade. Because it is the one time in a year I march in the parade because I don't always do this kind of shit.
It's a privilege, and I feel like it is an obligation to a certain extent because I know that I've always, for me, coming into hanging into just the lifestyle and the community and just hanging out with people, I've always said I wanted to be those people, one of those people that are out there making a difference. And now I feel like
being in the parade actually does make a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Being
it makes it because
visible,
you're seen.
You're
visible.
not just in the audience. You're not just someone that you are in the parade. You are seen. And there are at least a couple of brothers, associates, and just other people who will come to us.
Yes.
Outside of it and be like, I saw you guys at the parade.
Yep.
And in the climate that we live in, where, you know, gay rights and women's rights and all of those things are hanging by a precarious thread.
Yes, indeed.
It is still, I mean, is it Stonewall? No, girl, we ain't bashing the cops in the head with bricks. But
let's be clear, every bitch out there was ready to fight. I can't speak for nobody else.
I was ready to fight.
If some shit jump off. And that was that. So honestly, I can say that was one of the things I was thinking about the entire time I'm walking down the parade.
Yeah, I was scanning the crowd. I was like, somebody about to do something.
Like, I'm like, who's crazy about this? That's what I was feeling. And I was like, you know, I had I was walking runway challenge, Shea Coulee, Queen Campbell. I was walking and Spectre was next to me, but I was still like scanning the crowd. And I was kind of like,
in case I was smiling and waving. Yeah. But if somebody had tried to try it, you know,
bitch, I wasn't smiling. I was very much of like,
baby, I was giving you my wide, because I was like this, like when I was not moving and I was just standing there, I was not smiling. I was like,
yeah.
But as soon as the pace started, I was like,
yeah, I couldn't. I wanted to pay attention. I wanted to be present.
Happy Pride! Happy Pride! Happy Pride!
I just wanted to be. That was like every young, like, cisgender white girl that was there was screaming. I was just like, oh my God.
But not, I mean, there were, yes, there were people of all stripes there. But for me, it is an obligation, but it doesn't feel like an obligation.
No.
It feels like a privilege to live in my own skin and represent for people. I'm not talking about the DL girls who just like to fuck in the dark, but I'm talking about people who truly live in places where they can't be out. You know, people in the crowd who can maybe be seen in the crowd, like hanging in the back, or who can't.
I bumped into a whole vein of my friends, and they were all on the side, and I was like, why are you bitches on the sidelines? All of you collectively have stories and are in the 50 and up club. Bitch, why are you not out here? Like, why are you not out here? And they were like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Hey, Tyra. Happy Pride! Happy Pride!
Woo! Woo! Did they hear that?
Right. But yeah, I really do feel like it's an honor and a privilege. I think, you know, I wrote this article, you know, it's not just, but I said, you know, I think of, you know, there are people like Dylan or like Blue, who is the blacks, who are living in their truth, right? But then, you know, there's people like Blue, and then there's the girls who just like, oh girl, I'm gonna put on a little makeup and some heels and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna kiki at the Pride Parade, and that's fine. But we all, and them in particular, are standing on the shoulders of young gay boys for whom wearing the makeup and wearing the heels was not a cute little thing that you did on a Saturday. That was who they were.
Right.
And they were doing that as a fuck you to their parents and their church and their community, who said that they weren't even worthy of being alive. Like in that sketch from Designing Women, where it was like, you know, AIDS is killing all of the right people. So I feel honored to be standing on their shoulders, to march. I feel like it's my obligation to march for them and for people who can't march.
Right.
For all of the people who, when we were coming out, one of our former pledges was talking about how, you know, people his age and younger didn't have a lot of role models. I said that's because people our age, when we were coming out, all of the people in their 50s were either dying or dealing with the trauma of watching all of their friends die.
Yes, indeed.
So we don't necessarily have all of the skills. I'm luckily I found a mentor of a certain age who helped me through and helped me realize what it meant to be young, black, and gay, and that there were ways to do that that didn't necessarily involve wearing, Timberlands and a wife beater. Because first of all, I get too fat for a wife beater.
I'm not doing that. The bat flap, like
right.
the bat wings. We're not doing that.
But we stand on those people's shoulders.
Absolutely.
And so it is a privilege and an honor to walk in the parade for those young gay boys, for those young lesbians, for those young queer people, for those young trans people who did that. And for them, it wasn't just a fun day in the park or walking down the street.
I have a uncle, and he is my uncle's god brother. So he technically really is no relation to me. Mm-hmm. But I've always referred to him as Uncle Eddie. As I've gotten older, I refer to him as Aunt Edie because I've joked about this, saying he is like one of the biggest queens in Philadelphia, and I mean that respectfully because he will throw his chinchilla jacket on, his chinchilla beret, all his diamonds, and he will go to a Sixers game and he'll sit there and he'll be jeweled up.
That bitch will cut you.
And listen, that's exactly it. And listen, Aunt Edie. Listen, you think I'm bad about this razor blade situation? Aunt Edie will fuck a bitch up real quick. All she don't need to do nothing. Listen, Aunt Edie, about her jewels and about her furs.
Mm-hmm.
She's the first person whose house I went to whose Christmas tree had every single ornament was a glass Swarovski crystal ornament.
Damn.
He's just that bougie. Like he
sounds like
he
best friend.
I swear to God, and they probably know each other, but I'm just saying he literally is that bougie. He has a houseboy. He has and I'm like, what the fuck? Like what? Like, listen, I love Aunt Edie to death. We don't necessarily talk as much, and I respect the shit out of him. And he watched me growing up. He knew from a very early age, people, him and my mom was hanging around.
That boy got a little sugar.
Listen, he was my mom's, or my mom was his hag.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, he said, "Listen, I love you, but you got to go home. I need you to go home.
I got a date.
The girls are here. I need you to go home." But again, he always knew. He never said anything. He never thought it was his place. But then as I got older, we started talking about certain things. He was like, "Oh no, I remember very pivotal moments in your life because I was standing there watching." And I was like, "Okay." So I appreciated it, but I didn't have him there at that particular point guiding me because I wasn't necessarily out. But he knew, and I'm glad that he was still there watching from afar. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
So I encourage everybody watching, whether you identify as gay, straight, bisexual, whether you
anywhere
are
on the damn spectrum
or cisgender, pride. If you are one of those things or a supporter of people who are
asexual, whatever you are, and you anywhere on the spectrum,
right?
Anywhere on that continuum of sex.
Yeah, I really wanted to have a sign, and I didn't make it because I'm just busy with other shit. I wanted to have a sign that said women's rights or gay rights are human rights, because all of that shit is under attack right now. By the end of this month, there is a strong likelihood that Roe versus Wade will be overturned. And the way that they're going to overturn Roe versus Wade quickly pulls up gay rights
absolutely
as the next thing. So it's not about abortion per se.
It's about
the government having the ability to take control of your personal choices, because that's what, and we'll get off of this quickly. We've also been drinking a little bit. But more. I'm going to have more. The draft opinion that we saw a couple or several weeks ago is basically overturning Roe versus Wade, because there is an opinion that Roe versus Wade and opinions about gay marriage and other things are based on what had been up until now established law that says the government cannot interfere in personal choices. And just like being gay, it's like you don't have to like being gay, so don't be gay.
Right.
But the government can't tell you not to be gay, and therefore can't restrict those rights. you don't like abortion, so don't have an abortion, but the government can't tell you not to.
Right.
So if one of those things get rolled back, then it's all of that hangs on that decision,
and it's
is
starting
up for debate.
It's starting already, because when
Yeah.
they're talking about people being arrested for, like, the parents of kids being arrested for attending drag shows, and then the possibility of putting them into some sort of corrective behavioral or corrective behavioral facility,
right?
As a result of that, they're trying to start.
And so the last thing we'll say, at least I'll say on that, is vote.
Absolutely.
Because all of these decisions are made
Japanese
by
temptation,
people
Dwank,
who were either those people were voted into office, or they were approved by people who were voted into office. So like the Supreme Court justices weren't voted into office, but they were approved by the Senate, and all of those people got voted into office. And so we have midterm elections coming up this year. Share that. I mean, we have a small but loyal following, but
Yes.
if each one of us really convinced 10 people that we know to vote, and they told 10 people, and so on and so on. This is why we
I knew exactly what I was going to say.
Right. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's how it starts. I mean, these things are important to all of us. And so also, I keep saying this is the last thing I'm going to say, but you know, people said they didn't want to vote for Hillary, but girl, look where we are now. If you have voted for Hillary, I am not at all saying that the world will be perfect. We probably will be dealing with other sort of fucked up situations, but we probably wouldn't be dealing with the overturn of Roe versus Wade and the potential rollback of gay rights.
Probably not.
You know,
but and again, we will have to see how this is going to play out.
Right.
Please stay tuned. And I've been watching the January 6th hearings.
I did, because I don't need that. I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
It just.
It's crazy.
It's very crazy, and it's taking me back to when it actually happened, and how I
remember
was watching
it. Because I hadn't really been paying attention. You was like, "What, girl? Turn on the news." I was like,
"What's going on?" I was like, "What the?" But anyway,
right.
Just stay vigilant, stay on top of it, pay attention, and yes. And the one thing I definitely take from this month of June and this month of Pride, and I say this now because as I get older, I at first I used to be offended by the title, but you know, I have a lot of relations in the community as far as like, especially on like the ballroom scene and just younger kids, and they would call me like, you know, like their father or their grandfather or whatever. And I used to be embarrassed when people would see me. They'd be like, "Oh my God, hey Pap Pap," or "Hey Pop Pop," and I'm like, "No, bitch, I've earned that." So like, I will take ownership of that, and I still stand in that space of, you know, when parents may not necessarily agree with what their children, with the choices that the children make, especially as it pertains to their lifestyle, they then start looking for those other adults to look to for guidance.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I take that mantle very seriously of, listen, if there's no one there, I can step in for you. I can help you with whatever you need, because I have too much experience to not be able to at least pass something on to someone.
Right.
And so I say this all the time to some of the younger gays, and I just did a thing with Really BTV, as a matter of fact, about talking to some of the kids at Suitland High School. If you see me, come and speak to me. Hey, if you need something, let me know. Like, we'll figure it out. Let's figure out what it is, because I don't want you to be in a position where you need something from someone and can't get it, or are in trouble for some reason, or just listen. Reach out to me if you see me.
Yes.
So
all right, we've got a lot to talk about. Let's start with, I had a couple. One that's not as funny, and then the other one that's not funny, but it's funny as shit.
Okay.
So the first one, this came to the news yesterday. Baltimore Pride flag arson destroys several homes, 3 people seriously injured, 2 in critical condition. Today, a fire in Baltimore put 3 people in the hospital, and it's being investigated as a possible hate crime, authorities told WJZ, which is a local Baltimore affiliate. Based on a preliminary investigation, authorities believe someone set fire to at least one pride flag outside a row home on the 300 block of East 31st Street, and the flames spread to the home and nearby neighboring homes, according to a Baltimore police spokesperson. 3 victims were taken to shock trauma for treatment, he said. A 30-year-old woman and a 57-year-old man were hospitalized in critical condition, and a 74-year-old man is in serious condition, the fire department told WJZ. So, yeah. So this is why we march.
Every day, all day.
Yeah. So this one, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. So, elephant kills 70-year-old woman, then returns to trample her corpse at funeral in India. So, all right.
So before we even start this, let's be clear. Elephants have a memory like no other.
Right.
So let me just state that. I don't even know what this story is going to be about, but I have a feeling that this elephant remembers something.
All right. Well, this is giving me a paywall and I'm not paying for it. So, all right. So here's the thing. Here's the gist. This elephant was way off of the reservation where it was supposed to be. It was like 200 kilometers away.
Okay.
But for reasons that have yet to be determined and might not ever be determined at this point, it came out of the forest and trampled this woman to death. Then, sometime later, they were giving this woman a funeral. They were doing the last rites when the elephant bust out of the woods again.
It was like, "Hi, bitches!"
Picked the woman up, the dead woman's body up out of the casket, threw it on the ground, and trampled on it again. So I want to ask the question that other people have asking: what the fuck did that woman do to this elephant? Because I mean, elephants don't normally just randomly go off like that. And then to be like, he was like, "Oh, I got your ass. I got your ass. Wait, is that her?" Like, oh, that's that same bitch.
She smelled a little bit different, but that's all right. But
right. I got her. I'm like, damn, this elephant tracked your ass down and trampled your dead body.
Yes, indeed.
Elephants do hold grudges. They don't forget shit. Elephants will remember. There have been many documented cases of like an elephant bonding with a caretaker as a child, and them not seeing that person for like 30 years and seeing that person again and still remembering that person.
Absolutely. So I don't know what this woman did, but whatever she did, it was real messy.
Don't do it.
It was real messy. It was real awful. And I felt bad for her. But
I mean, could it be that the elephant just randomly went crazy? Possibly.
That's always a possibility. But
just like there's another story. Did you see that one on TikTok where the orangutan grabbed the old boy? Oh, sorry.
I got a drink in my hand. It's quit.
He grabbed the elephant, grabbed the dude's shirt, and when the dude tried to get away, he picked the dude up and was really about to crush him. And so at first it made it seem like, oh, this orangutan went crazy. No, the orangutan did not go crazy. Dude got over the enclosure into the zoo or wherever the fuck it was where this orangutan was. It was taunting him. And the orangutan, who was behind bars, but he could reach through the bars, said, "I got your ass," and pulled him to the thing, ripped the shirt off. And I was like, dude, he was just like a little fucked up ass t-shirt. I would have just taken that t-shirt off and been like, no. Because when the dude wouldn't give up the t-shirt, he grabbed his arm. And orangutans are strong as shit. He could have literally just ripped his arm out of the socket. And then
Lord, take me instead.
Oh, Jesus, not my baby. Well, bitch, you killed her though. So anyway, so the rule is don't fuck with animals. If you are on one side of the enclosure,
orangutans.
I don't even like petting zoos. I'm not fucking with no goat.
They will grab your shit and pull your shit right about. What's her face? There's so many elephants. They done rip noses and ears off and shit. Oh, the chimpanzees.
No, girl,
no. I'm good.
Not me.
Nope, I'm good.
All right, so let's get into it.
So let's talk about this. So a Bowie State student moonwalks away with a Tony Award for portrayal of Michael Jackson. So Bowie State and Maryland native Miles Frost has moonwalked away with the award for the best lead actor in a musical for playing Michael Jackson and becomes the youngest solo winner in that category.
Good for him.
MJ represents a 22-year-old Frost's Broadway debut as he plays Jackson with a high, whispery voice, a Lady Diana-like coquettishness, and a fierce embrace of Jackson's iconic dancing and singing style, right down to the rhythmic breathing and swiveling head. Frost was raised by his mother in Fort Washington, Maryland. After high school, He put theater aside to pursue a career in music. He attended Belmont University in Nashville for 2 years to major in audio engineering. He transferred to Bowie State University in Maryland for his final 2 years. He beat out Billy Crystal in Mr. Saturday Night, Hugh Jackman from The Music Man, Rob McClure in Mrs. Doubtfire, and Jaquel Spivey in A Strange Loop. Frost unseated Ben Platt as the youngest performer to win Best Leading Man in a Musical on his own for Dear Evan Hansen. So yes, congratulations. And we will probably be seeing a lot more of this young man. Miles Frost is his name.
Yes, good for him.
In the same news, we have a new EGOT winner. Jennifer Hudson achieves EGOT status as Dreamgirls star takes home a trophy at the Tony Awards, having already won an Emmy, Grammy, and an Oscar.
Look at me. Look at me. I am changing. Trying every way that I can. I am changing. I'll be better than I am. But I'm hoping to work it out. And I know that I can. But I need you. I need you. I need you to be that. So congratulations. That is great. You know, I always think back to that episode of American Idol where Simon Cowell was like, I don't see it for you, fat bitch.
Oh,
I just don't see it for you. You don't have the look of a star. You don't have the sound of a star. You should just give it up and go back to singing on cruise ships because that's all you can ever be. And I feel like every time she wins an award, she calls a Simon Cowell and be like, fuck you, bitch. I'm from Chicago.
Oop. Listen, so she won for her work as a producer on A Strange Loop.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Pulitzer Prize winning musical written by Michael Jackson that follows a black gay man.
Michael R. Jackson.
That follows a black gay man as he tries to write a musical while struggling with identity, which was crowned Best Musical. Hudson now joins an illustrious list of entertainers who have won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony, otherwise known as an EGOT, that was first coined in the 30 Rock television series, which I didn't know that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Hudson is now the 17th person to achieve the EGOT, which has been referred to as the Grand Slam of show business. She has made history as the third Black EGOT winner and the fifth woman in total.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations to her.
Yeah.
Congrats.
That is good for her. I am super happy for her. I really just wish, she did, let's just be clear. She did win a Grammy for her debut album. It may not have blown up the chart. She didn't blow it up like Beyonce or Rihanna and stuff. It was cute, but she won a Grammy for it. But I just wish that she would be surrounded by some great producers. She's never going to be Beyonce. She's not going to be doing choreography and whipping the hair back and forth. No. But all this bitch needs to do is get in front of a microphone and sing her fucking ass off. And I feel like there were one or two songs on her debut album, but I was like, why are you doing a song with T-Pain using auto-tune? Bitch, you can sing. Why are you doing auto-tune?
All I know is I love Pocketbook.
The songs were cute and they were bops.
So let me hit you with my Pocketbook.
But they weren't bops. You know what
that was a bop. That was a bop for me.
It was a bop, but it wasn't a bop.
Now, I also will say this. That little ditty that she did with R. Kelly, the house version.
Oh, yes. Baby, it's your world.
It's
bitch,
your
I
world.
live.
I said,
I fucking live for that song.
I was like, come and listen.
Desmond, has that talk show started that she's doing, or is that starting in the fall?
It's starting in the fall.
Okay.
It's starting in the fall.
It's gonna be during the day, so I'm never gonna
we'll
see
see.
it.
But you know, Wendy's in other talk show news, Wendy's last show is coming up, and she's not going to show up on it. It's going to be, you know, Sherry Shepherd is the host, and they're going to do like this montage.
Host, right?
She's going to have her own show.
So
Wendy's show is ending.
It's not going to be called the Wendy Williams Show starring Sherry Shepherd. It's going to be the Sherry Shepherd.
It's going to be Sherry Shepherd.
Okay, very good.
And her show starts in the fall, but Wendy's
she
not
hook up with Babyface. She get an old nasty Teddy Riley beat.
So she needs to just hook up with somebody. So listen, she falls into that category for me. As
Quincy Jones, but I feel like Quincy Jones is retired.
But he can still make it work.
Yeah,
she falls into that category for me, like In Vogue did. In Vogue was a talented group of young women.
Mm-hmm.
Their writers and their producers sometimes didn't pick the right songs for them.
Yeah,
and like their voices got them over because they could sing, but it was like you still need to tailor this more towards them.
Like their first album was great, but I can't remember a single thing from any other album.
Well, there's like a couple.
I'm sure there's one or two of you like press
bops here and there,
right?
So we'll see.
Oh, was RuPaul
was he a producer or something?
Producer of Strange Loop
on Strange Loop, Dylan?
Well, but anyway, so all right, so and this is great. Broadway theater, the Nederlander organization will rename one of its Broadway theaters to honor the great performer and civil rights activist Lena Horne. The company announced. The venue, currently the Brooks Atkinson Theater, will be the first venue named for a Black woman. The new name, the Lena Horne Theater, will become official this fall at a renaming ceremony. The venue currently houses the hit Broadway musical Six. That was, remember when we were on the cruise
with
the Norwegian cruise?
Wives.
That was the one with the 6 wives of
yep.
Henry. It was actually pretty good.
It was cute.
I thought it was
cute. It was cute.
The name change is the latest realization of a pledge made last year by the 3 major Broadway theater owners in an agreement with Black Theater United to name at least one of their theaters for a Black artist. In March, the Shubert Theater announced that it would rename the 110-year-old Court Theater the James Earl Jones Theater.
Yes.
And Jujamycin Theater has renamed its Virginia Theater as the August Wilson Theater in honor of the playwright in 2005. Horne, who died in 2010, was one of the 20th century's most accomplished and influential singers and had a groundbreaking and 70-year career spanning Hollywood films, television, nightclub, concerts, and Broadway.
So listen, I'm not going to make a legend look bad because I can't. But like Lena's voice, I don't remember it being like. Though. I see it being like
she had it. I mean, listen, she sounded fine, but I don't think that she.
And I mean, she sounds a lot.
But she also, but I also think that voices just had a different kind of quality before the 60s. What they were looking for in the kinds of voices.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you remember, even though you didn't really care for the movie Aretha, remember when she first came out, they tried to put her in that same style as like Ella Fitzgerald, because that was the style that was popular in the 40s, 50s, and early 60s. And she was like, no, that's not what I sound like.
Right.
And so Aretha really sort of broke that mold. And so what is considered sort of the standard for female singers, at least for Black female singers of a certain age, was established in the 60s by, I mean, as much as I love Diana Ross, I'm not putting her in the same category with Aretha Franklin, with Patti LaBelle, with Dionne Warwick, with Gladys Knight. Those women could sing. Those women had a gospel tinge to their voice. And, Diana Ross just didn't. But, Diana Ross had the glamour. So
Diana Ross she just had the opportunity to fuck the owner of Motown. That's what it was.
Yeah, and she was a size 0, so all the clothes looked good on her.
Just had
Although I just thought that sometimes she just looked really skinny in her clothes. Skinny. And I was really like, girl, you need to gain like 20 pounds to be skinny.
Really skinny.
But anyway,
so to me, hey Mika, she said congratulations on her, but she still needs a stylist and a hit because her look is horrible. That Usher boy Shirley wig blows me every time, and she's every song like Effie. Listen, I will agree with you on that. And I've said this all the time.
Mika, you are blocked. You are blocked.
Mika, you are not blocked, honey.
Blocked.
I feel the same way because
Jennifer
time she
Hudson
opens her mouth
has the voice of an angel.
Girl, you tried
She does.
Girl, you tried it.
She
opens that mouth up and you hear Effie White. You hear like, girl. We don't need Effie on every song. We just need you to just sing. That's all. I need her to just sing. But every time she opens her mouth, that's all I hear is Effie.
But is that a bad thing, though?
It's not a bad thing, but I can't.
I mean, every time Patti LaBelle opens her mouth, she sounds like Patti LaBelle. She just has a distinct sound.
She sounds like Patti. That's the person that she is. Effie is a character from a play.
We're going to agree to disagree for the sake of our friendship because you're on thin ice with me, young lady. I get that. I do. I personally love the quality of Jennifer Hudson's voice because I love an old singing, hollering black woman.
Let me tell you who else's voice I actually like. This like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, singing, hollering woman, and she stylizes it. And I'm gonna get flack for this. And I'm not necessarily a gospel person, but Kim Burrell's voice is fucking amazing.
I don't really listen to gospel like that, so I couldn't really tell you. Like the only one only voice I can really think of is
it's her. You have
she's
to
tall, slim,
who
dark skin.
She.
Are
you talking about Yolanda Adams?
Yolanda Adams.
Okay,
I was going to say
she's another one.
She kind of looks like Dominic Jackson.
She's another one who is a singing soul. But what I will say is I like the way Kim Burrell does the tricks that she does with her voice, kind of like Karen Clark Sheard. Like she does things with her voice that just are fucking amazing. Yeah, so I like the tone and the way that their voices sound. But other than that, no, that's it.
I hear what people say that Jennifer is boring because at least for the way I interpret that is that everyone's expecting, the theatrics and the diva. And I'm not necessarily looking for that in every diva. I'm looking for Jennifer Hudson, but to fucking stand there and fucking murder a song.
She does that. She murders a song because she's so fucking loud. Every time she puts a song to her, it's like, ah! And it just breaks. Ah! It just breaks. I mean, I listen. She does. She sings.
All right, I agree, Desmond. I'm definitely looking for a hit song because, like, when she did Nessun Dorma, she's done some other classical stuff. She's never sang. Except for on her album, shit that I don't really care for. But every hollering black woman.
I know Aretha did it.
Aretha did, but she did it as like a tribute to.
I don't remember.
This was after the movie came out. Like that summer, she didn't pinch hit for someone. It was like a concert that she did, and she came out and sang it. She murdered it.
Okay,
in a good way to me.
Okay, well,
but it's funny because she and Jennifer Holliday are both known for, and I don't like Jennifer Holliday's voice.
Her voice by itself, when you disconnect it from everything else, is amazing. But
it was good on, and I am telling you, I'm not going. But everything else just is.
I don't know. She has a couple of ditties that the drag queens go in for.
Yeah, but then it feels like remember when the movie came out and it felt like she was trying to compete with Jennifer Hudson. And I was like, girl, your version is just different. Your voices just sound different. And she was putting all this extra gravel and groans and stuff in it. I personally felt like she looked a fool, but that was just me. Did I just say that my big sister Electra looked like Yolanda? I meant that in a great way. I think they have a similar sort of almond-shaped face. That was not a read. That for me, that was not a read at all. I don't know how Yolanda.
I don't see it, but
I'm not saying they look like twinsies.
No. But no, I don't see. But okay.
And they had the same sort of carriage about them.
Do they though?
When Electra was giving you full bougie Electra, not mean bitch Electra.
Okay, well, I mean, listen, we can agree to disagree, but
So Mika said, I don't see it.
Mika,
Desmond said it sounds like shade. She's
I
like,
mean,
that sounded like shade.
I mean,
Just a touch.
It was
Just a tiny bit
well,
of shade.
just a little bit.
So tell us about Black China getting her ass beat.
Listen, so Black China. So first of all, this poor woman.
Wow.
It don't seem like she can catch a break.
It just feels like she is so pressed to be.
So she's so pressed to be. Period. And that's the thing. So she goes down hard, but at a boxing match, and it was actually called a draw, and she was responding to that boxing match saying it was actual bullshit. So here's the thing. Black China says she got screwed again, this time by the judges in a celebrity boxing match, which ended in a draw despite the fact that she got put on her ass. China's ring showdown with fitness model Alicia Magan wasn't the greatest display of the sweet science, but both women threw lots of punches. And while Black China might argue this, Alicia got in the best single shot. There was only one knockdown, and that was Alicia putting Black China on her ass, but she was able to get back up. When the Saturday night PPV event was over, the judges called it a tie. Neither fighter was thrilled about that outcome. In fact, they both called it bullshit, and neither sounded like they were down for a rematch. Let's be honest, even fans don't want that. China's only response after the judge's decision was maybe they should check the scores again. There was plenty of trash talk before the bell as China lunged at her opponent during the weigh-in after Alicia fired off the perfect Kardashian-themed diss. And then while Black China is not happy with the draw, it's better than ending that. It's a better ending than that $100 million defamation suit against the Kardashians. So that one was a TKO decision from the jury. So maybe ties aren't so bad, China. So maybe you might want to think about that and just kind of
Tamika said, "You mean the mask, aka Black China?" I was like, "Is she wrong?" I mean, Tamika, we're on the same page there.
I mean, yeah. So that's all I got for Black China. That's right. Where we are.
All right, and so now it is time for our review of Legendary and Drag Race.
Yes.
So now we will tell you up front.
The spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. We are going to talk about what the fuck happened on Legendary and Drag Race.
All of it.
Spoiler alert.
All of it. All right, so let's start with Legendary.
So let's just start from let's start from the ending and work our way backwards.
Juicy, 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 juicy.
Gotta get the phone. They did. Yeah, they
turned it.
They did that.
They turned
did that.
it
They
out.
did that. And I was like, I was happy for them to see they actually
won. And maybe we've talked about this, but Brooklyn was part of Miyake Mugler
at one point.
Yeah. And then came over to this Kiki house.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Because she was the one with the cape.
The one with the cape was Lolita.
Okay.
Lolita grabbed the cape on the stage.
And is she from PG County? Because
Lolita, I don't
several
know
of them sound very PG County.
I don't know where Lolita's from, but I know. But Lolita was she pulled the cape.
But several of the Juicy Coutures, at least two of them, sounded very PG County.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past anybody because everybody. Listen, they all want to try to say that they're from this place or that place or not here from there.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, all right, then. It was Runway as a house. So Yamamoto did
Yamamoto's runway walk was cute.
Very.
I said it was
soft but synchronized, which is what I like.
Here for it
because sometimes you pump, and then sometimes you give a pump, a soft.
I was here for it.
Yes,
I was here for it.
Well, I've always wondered who the fuck Jamila is, but she's apparently a well-known actress.
So Lolita, she's from the DMV? Okay.
Right. Jamil is a well-known actress,
yes,
and she's also the executive producer.
She's bisexual. She's an actress.
She put the money down.
Yes, she put the yes.
So, so this is what I'm imagining the scenario is. She's bisexual. She knows some of the gays. She knows some of the kids in the ballroom scene. Maybe she knew Law and Laomi and whatever.
She probably just knew Law.
Right. Well, Law because fashion. And, she knows enough people. She got enough pull to get the show done. But she was like, "Oh, this is also a payday for me, girl. I want to do some shit."
She had
look
another
cute
show
on the outfit.
She had another show on one of the other TV networks where it was 3 guys. They had to guess like the answers to questions. I can't think of what it was called. It was not Fear Factor, but it was something like that. They had to do something really scary, and they had I can't think of what it was called. It was something factor where it was like a whole survey of people and how they reacted to stuff.
Oh, it was like you ask 100 people some shit. It was on Netflix.
Yeah, no, it was on some other like TBS or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was on. What the hell is it called? Go ahead, keep talking.
Right, and Jack Mizrahi is the other executive producer.
Jack Mizrahi's probably on there just as a name because he's probably the most ballroom person. But I digress. Listen.
Tamika said Yamamoto shouldn't have been there. That's it, and that's all. So let's talk about that. So last week it was 3 houses. It was the Yamamotos, it was Juicy, and it was Revlon. And obviously everybody knew that Juicy was gonna make it into the final. I feel like if they hadn't made it into the final, it would have been Shangela. Oh, by the way, Shangela was at Pride, and
yes,
Blue,
we got to see her,
and a couple of other people got pictures with her. And I didn't realize until I see it going past because I'd have been like, Shangela,
the Misery Index. That's what the show was called.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't remember that one. But yeah, and so it came down to Revlon versus Yamamoto, and I had always been like a Revlon.
Revlon was cute, and I enjoyed them.
It did feel like they kind of gave up at the end, though.
It sort of kind of did, but
Yamamoto at least was like, "Bitch, we are going to be in this final." So I felt like, and their determination.
If Revlon and Juicy were in the final, I still think that Juicy would have walked away.
Oh, Juicy would have still walked away.
I still think Juicy would have walked away with it.
But what I will say is that Yamamoto they did a really good job this week, and if they had done this work all season, it would have never been a question that they deserve. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't deserve to be in the final, but I get you pull out all the stops for the final, but this was it didn't feel like they pulled out
bitch,
this
you're still a Revlon,
work.
Bitch. Yes, we know, bitch. You're still a Revlon. Yes, girl, I know.
Okay, got it. All right. But I have no dog in that fight. So it was Marie Antoinette. Yamamoto did Marie Antoinette mixed with hip hop. I said it was crisp. I love the costume. The choreo was soft but well choreographed, but synchronized. Thoughts on that?
No.
Didn't really see it like that. Okay.
It was cute though, but it was.
Desmond said you can't take it.
I'm not talking about her. I'm not thinking about you. I'm not thinking about you, Rev. Get off my goddamn phone, Rev.
Mm-hmm. So Juicy came out and it was an homage to Sister Act.
Yes, and it from the door it started. Now I will say Juicy's I thought was shorter, and I felt like it ended, and I was like, "But what the fuck is the rest of it? Like, what the fuck?"
Right.
Like, okay,
but it was really good from start to finish.
It was good.
The song was cute.
It was good. Was no competition, and I can't stand.
Take your mic off for a moment. What? Does it? If you think about it, it's hard and angular. It makes you really tend to be more like babies where they have large foreheads, large cheekbones, chin. And I don't see it. Okay. All right. Apologies. We were talking shit and I didn't want it to be on camera because the girls fight. So it was Catholic nuns in the choir. All I could say was sheer perfection. I fucking loved it from start to finish. I went back and watched it like 4 times.
It was good. It was good. I'm gonna give it to him. It was good. And now I felt like, so for me, when we got to the motherfucking 5 elements, I was having some very complex feelings about that.
Yeah. So Catwalk, I gave it to Juicy.
That was Juicy all the way.
Well,
Yamamoto.
not that I gave it to them, but that's who won.
Yeah, Yamamoto, you tried it. You tried it.
Hand Performance was Juicy as well.
Hand Performance was Juicy. Who was it from?
It was Juicy.
But
I
no,
don't
who
remember
was
who the people were.
Who did Hand Performance? I'm trying to remember who did Hand Performance for now. Oh, that was Hand Performance was the other femme queen, and it was the two girls.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the Miss motherfucking Yamamoto, she ate.
Yes.
She ate. However, it was the attitude of, I think her name is Kimura, whatever her name is. Mm-hmm. It was her attitude that's what got her over. Because, bitch, we have been, and Desmond, we've talked about this before. Bitch, we've been to balls where people stand up there, and that's that one bitch that'll be in the judges' faces, and they're doing all this other shit. But it's the other bitch that's way in the back, that's totally unbothered, that catches the judge's attention. That's what she's good for. So
Duck Walk was Yamamoto. I mean, I love Brooklyn, but this
I
slide
disagree with
across
that.
the floor didn't do it for me.
I disagree with it. I thought that was so cute. I enjoyed that.
All right.
I
mean, I'm not an expert in this community, so I will defer.
It wasn't that it was,
it just didn't look visually. I didn't care for it, but okay.
It was a change of pace, and it was something different, and she was still in a duck walk, and it for me showed that she had complete and total mastery of her being on her fucking knees and still hitting the duck walk. Okay, that's what I saw. So you thought Devo ate the duck walk? So I thought Brooklyn did a good job with that. I was here for it.
The floor performance was a tie.
The floor performance was a shitty fucking mess as far as I'm concerned, because they were selling sex and not floor performance.
Yeah.
And so that's the part that got me. I was like, listen, if y'all was selling sex, great.
Perfect. If it had been sex siren floor performance.
Right. But this was floor performance. Y'all was trying to do, but now I will say that, what's her name? From Yamamoto. What's her name? She's a beautiful girl. She got made up. Her face, she's a beautiful. Ooh, she was beautiful.
And then Spins and Dips was a tie.
I feel like they also should have switched out and put.
But everybody had to do one, so they couldn't keep using the same one.
But I feel like they probably should have switched out. I don't know. DYU and the other guy. I feel like they should have switched. But it was cute. It was all right. It was okay.
So I'm just now realizing that. So it was just the 4 judges. So Kiki, Law, Lay, and Jamila. And so the scores for their runway as a house was not revealed until the end. So because you knew what they got in the floor performance or in the 5 elements. So for the 5 elements, Juicy got 20, Yamamoto got 15. Juicy got 10s across the board because they got a score of 40, which means every judge gave them a 10. That gave them a 60. Yamamoto got a 35, so that means maybe one person gave them a 10 and other people gave them 9s or whatever.
Right.
But that also means that as much shit as they talked about how good it was, at least one person only gave them like an 8 or something.
We know that was probably.
I feel like it was probably Kiki, because Kiki be grading hard as shit though.
But she wasn't bad this season.
I'm not saying it is in a bad way. I feel like she, for someone who was not a part of the community, she's like, I'm not part of the community, but I'm an entertainer, so I can give you that perspective on it. So Juicy obviously was the winner because they had 20 points plus 40 to make 60. Yamamoto got 50. And I'm actually friends with Aoki. So I was going to talk to her about being on the show maybe.
I'm here for it.
So that was that. I mean, it was a good season. I still don't know why we had to watch 5,000 episodes every week.
It was a lot.
I feel like they had 10 episodes filmed, so it feels like they could have just had.
They could have done
10 episodes
or just 10 episodes or 2 a week. It just I kind of like the fact that it wasn't just 1 episode. I will say that, but 3 I felt was too much. I feel like it should be 2 a week.
Yeah,
that should be good. So, anyway, congratulations to the House of Juicy Couture.
Juicy Cooter.
Ooh, come on, Juicy Cooter.
I love a Juicy Cooter.
Juicy Cooter.
Juicy, got him crazy, got him crazy. Madam Juicy. Hammer, I am Hammer. They put him in the mix. All right. So let's get into
it.
The drag of the races.
Yes, indeedy. So here we are, season 7, episode 5, I think it is.
50-11 times 12 or some shit, whatever the fuck's going on.
So this week, you want to go to the next slide? This week we are looking at Rue's looks, which, okay. I actually kind of like the dress, the style of it.
I like the color blocking. I know that this fabric didn't need to, it was supposed to have this appearance, but it just looked like it was wrinkled. I know that's sort of how it looked, but it looked like it was someone needed to take an iron to it.
It just...
And I don't know what the fuck was going on. First of all, I'm just going to come out and say this was a shitty mess.
This was a lot of nothing.
It was obviously a regular suit that they literally just ripped the sleeves off, because you could still see the shoulder pads here, these opera length gloves, these riding boots, and these pants, and all of that for a fucking MC Hammer joke. That was a lot to do for an MC Hammer joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all I got, bro. That's just all I got. I just can't. That's all I got. I think I kind of like the dress, maybe, but that's all I got.
Yeah, the dress is fine, but this workroom look was a whole mess.
I'm not really happy with her hair this season, though. It's not giving me like the RuPaul stamp. Like, I know some of the girls are probably doing other things, but it's like, girl, it's not giving me the RuPaul stamp. It's not giving me like the fierce hair.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, whatever. We'll work with it. So anyway, they did this last week's episode, they had to do draguation speeches. And so these were all the girls up on stage, and they were getting ready for their draguation speeches. And so each of them had to get up and talk about a graduation speech and all those different things. So as you go through, this was Raja's look when she gave her speech. She was giving kind of like this cult leader, crazy witch type of thing going on. And then she came out and turned it for the runway look as being a page out of a fashion book. And voile is French for, what is it, view?
Something like that.
Anyway, or magazine or something. But I thought this was a cute look. But I feel like Raja's looks, I'm seeing them over and over again. It feels like they're not fresh to me. I don't know what it is. I feel like
some of them are stunning, but none of them.
It's not
just because it's a stunning look, it doesn't mean it's like breathtaking.
Yeah, and I don't know. Trinity Tuck. First of all, they said they were renaming her this season because she had this gown on that had a long ass fucking train.
Trinity the train,
right? That had all these damn roses on the back of it. But Trinity just does. I keep saying this because Michelle Visage said it, and it fits. Trinity does Trinity very well. The bitch is clean. She looked like anybody's aunt or mama or villain or vixen from the 1980s Carrington movies, anything like Dynasty or something. And then her graduation speech, she talked about some of the stuff that happened to her, but she talked about, about having ass and tassels, and it was cute. It worked for her. It was
cute. Spell tassel without
ass or something like that. So it was cute. So her graduation speech was cute. I kind of didn't really. Jada Essence Hall talked about her speech, and she did a homage or a reference to her look over there from the last speech, which was okay. But her runway look for me was very. I didn't like it. Because you couldn't see her at all.
It was veiled.
It was
that
veiled.
That was the theme.
Yeah. And that's what it. Voila is veil. Okay, and so I didn't particularly care for it because I was like, I can't really. I mean, I see what you were going for, but it just didn't work for me. I don't know.
That doesn't feel like a veil, more as like a covering, which is fine, which is a veil, but
it didn't work for me. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, the Vivian came out, and her fucking graduation speech was fucking hilarious. She was in character the entire time. And she had talked about how her biggest competition in her mind was Jinx. And so she's literally doing, her and Jinx are like the same person. It's like, So I mean, and it was amazing to sit and watch them two play off each other because they're both so fucking talented. And so, but her runway look was really, really cute. I thought this was a cute homage where she had the veil, but then she also had like the bonded, the belt strips all over it.
It felt. I like the ball gag. I like the bondage, but the veil part of it, just put a veil over her head though.
Well,
so for that to be the challenge, I feel like the veil aspect of it wasn't done well.
It was a cute dress. That's all I got.
Yeah,
that's all I got. So next up, we had Jinx. Listen, her graduation speech was fucking amazing because when she said,
"I got hit by a fucking car,"
but when she also said, "Congratulations to whatever year you're watching this on YouTube,"
right?
I was like, okay. But her runway look with the veils,
everything,
it was cute.
Looked great.
With the butterflies that were supposed to be holding up the veils.
Normally, Jinx's look are kind of like that.
It's very dated and very jinxy, and this is very jinxy, but it was a cute look.
It fit well. There was I love the birds.
Yes,
but that was very good.
Yeah, that was really good. So she had a strong showing for me, and I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Monet, listen, let's talk about Monet in this motherfucking graduation speech. And so I caught this picture of her wiping the side of her mouth. She was saying thank you to the faculty. Right. But this bitch with this bi-level motherfucking box and this afro pick sticking out of it.
Right.
I was like, Monet, bitch, you are my favorite black girl right about now. Now her birdcage, this veiled look, and when she uncovered it was the birdcage.
That was
it didn't really
like Rue and then we'll talk about it was iconic. I was like, is it?
The dress was
is this a dress made out of feathers? I mean, listen, that does take a lot of work to make a whole dress out of feathers. It does. I'm not. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. So before the show ends,
okay,
we've got one more thing because I have a birthday present for you.
Oh, bitch, no air. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I need another drink. So I thought this was a cute look, but I really liked her Afro pick look. And I told her I'm driving this.
Okay. But I mean, it's a beautiful dress, but it wasn't like stunning.
Yeah. But I liked her Afro pick and the Afro, and that's what I liked the most.
Yeah.
So, Shay. Okay. So they raved about Shay's speech. I didn't think it was all that great.
All that good. I didn't care for this look with these exposed pads. I know it. I'm not sure what this look was supposed to be giving.
Her face was done.
Always done.
Her runway look, I didn't particularly care for that either.
No, this looked like rags to me.
She was talking about they were like veiled and they were.
I get where she was going. It really did. It felt like it. I get that it felt like. Did you ever watch Tales of the City?
Yeah.
With Olympia Dukakis. Yeah. She was giving Black Mrs. Madrigal. I got that. And she said it was an homage to her grandmother working in the garden and stuff, but I didn't really.
It didn't work for me.
It didn't quite work.
It didn't work for me. Evie, I liked her prom look, and even her speech was pretty good.
Yeah.
But her runway look was all beaded, and this is a horrible picture, but you can't really see the detail of the beading. Like everything is beaded, and I thought it was an amazing look. She also, for me, is blending into the crowd for me. Like she's not standing out at all.
Yeah.
And I think it's because this cast is so strong.
Yeah.
But she was okay. She was all right. The top two winners of that week were Jinx and Raja, which I thought was kind of. I don't know if I would have.
I got Jinx. But I would have gone with the Vivian. I would have gone with the Vivian. So I didn't see. I felt like okay, this is Jinx's week so she can win something, and then I guess next week is going to be.
Well, remember. Okay, so we'll talk about it in a second because they had the lip sync,
and lip sync was boring as shit.
This lip sync was one of the most boring lip syncs ever. And this week, the winner, because they both won, they both got 2 Legendary Legends pins, and they're supposed to keep one for themselves, and they're supposed to share one with someone else.
Right.
So, but we don't find out who they're sharing it with until next week.
Right. So but they still block somebody.
They still block someone. Jinx was the winner of the lip sync, which was this is a cute bodysuit for her as well. I thought as well, and she looked cute. But then if you go in the next slide, she gave the Vivian the golden plunger. So she had
which she should, because these two, honestly, in terms of overall performance this season, these are the top 2.
Yes, they are. I don't even know who I can say other other like third and fourth person would be, but these are definitely two of the top two.
Yeah.
Like I want to say
maybe
Monet.
Shay.
I want to say Shay, but I don't know if I can really say them.
I want to say Shay.
Yeah, I want to say them, but I don't know if
Monet.
I can.
But Monet look always just feels a little too around the way and not done quite enough to me.
Which is one of the reasons why I didn't particularly care for that jumpsuit. That I just didn't. It didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we will find out this weekend who gets what, and we will find out, you know, what they're gonna do. So, but that's where we are. We are in week 4 or week 5 now. Episode 5, I think we're at episode 5, and we only have like 3 more episodes. I think it is
something like that.
It's like 3 or 4 more episodes, and so we will definitely see how this is going to turn out. But I see the top 2 already being Jinx and the Vivian possibly, but who knows? We'll have to see how these star situation work out. So we'll see.
Girl, I'm trying to get back to the main screen.
So stop sharing.
I know, but it's. I don't know what's going on here. What's happening?
Escape always works.
That's what I'm doing. I'm hitting escape.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. All right.
There we are.
And then there we go. Now we can see.
There
everybody.
we are.
There we go.
Wait, Tamika, you thought what was cute? And Bougie Girl, what was given too much?
Ugh. Close your eyes.
You wanted Viv's runway? Is that what you wanted, Della?
Yeah, he wanted Vivian's runway look with the bondage look. Close your eyes.
Oh, I get to close my eyes.
I hear something squeaking. Keep them closed. I hear something squeaking. You may open them. Is it squeaking? No. Can I open? Yes, you may open them now.
Oh, there's my drink. Look at there.
It's your little bracelet, and I added something extra, a little.
I see. Oh my God, I got my bracelet.
So you can either wear it with the Swarovski crystal on the top.
I think I'm gonna lead with the Swarovski on the top.
Yeah, and then that's a cute little.
So does this open up, or is it just stretchy?
It's all stretchy.
Oh my God! Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous of my bracelet. Don't be jealous of my boogie. So now, see, this is what y'all don't understand. There's also this unspoken verbiage that's going on right now. That means I need to turn over. I need to crank my motherfucking sewing machine out. That's what y'all not understanding. And I'm not even gonna look. I can't even look at this bitch right now. He wants me to crank my sewing machine out and give him something I was supposed to be giving him a long time ago.
I thought of saying that. I honestly did, but I was like, you know what? It is his birthday, and unlike me, you did pay me money for this months ago.
That's all right. That's all right.
So I was like,
that's all right. That's all right.
I was like, let me go get this little bitch a little slice of cake and everything. I was like, you know what? And then I passed by all of my beads and shit, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I should finish that bead. So I was out of practice, so it took me like 5 times to get this right.
We're missing 2 beads on here. We're missing 2 rings on this side.
No, that was how we planned it. Because it's symmetrical.
1 1.
1
1. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
But we're still missing 1 over here then.
Oh well, that's unfortunate.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate it. I love our bracelet. I do. And we actually, so just so to be clear, we actually designed this. Just so I'm gonna take it off so you can see a little bit. But we actually designed this, and so I wanted it to resemble. Yeah, it is a little. Okay. I think
it's missing one spacer.
It's missing 1 spacer and 1 blue. Because it's 3 and then 2.
Oh, that's probably just my eyes. That probably should have been black.
Okay. All right.
No. Oh, you know what? Oh, let me tell you why. Because I'm remembering now. When we measured your wrist, you can only you want it to be symmetrical, right?
Right.
As symmetrical as possible.
Right.
But if we had taken off an additional blue on this side, it would have been too tight. Or if I had added, that's the wrong way. If I had added the additional blue and spacer on this one, it would have been way too big. You want it to kind of be a little snug, or at least that's what you said.
Yeah,
I mean, I could have done it so it would just sort of slid around.
No.
But you saying you wanted it tight, we sacrificed one of the blues on the back side in favor of having it be as symmetrical as possible on the top side.
I got my bracelets, so you all can get them from. You can hit him up directly.
Just hit me up directly on. Though they are $30 a piece.
Yes,
depending on $30 a piece if you want just the regular acrylic beads, but if you want some Swarovski or glass beads,
you're gonna pay.
Then you're gonna pay. So let's show the girls what this is.
So we have
that is a Swarovski starting at the top. Swarovski crystal bead in the center. And the rest of these are just acrylic beads, but I have made them with Swarovski pearl beads and others. So I have a whole collection of beads. I'm not gonna pull them all out, but you can talk to me about I feel like if a certain person wanted a pink and green and white pearl bead, bracelets, we could make one. All you got to do is we get together, I measure your wrist, and then it'll only take me 9 months to get it to you.
I'm just saying. But you get it. It's a quality product.
Oh, now that I've done that, I didn't want to do it ahead of time, but now I'm going to take a picture of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And while we are doing that, let's roll this beautiful bean footage.
Yes. Nothing. I just when I pulled to put it on, that's all. It just the string pop out. That's fine.
All right. Well, it's been a lovely evening, but we are both tired as shit.
Oh my God. Like listen, 51 is great and all, but yes. What the fuck? What's going on? Keep in mind that today is the 15th. We have 2 more shows. We have two more shows.
And then we will be off the entire month of July.
So just so y'all keep y'all in mind, or keep that in mind, that we will be here and for the next 2 weeks. But then after that, we're going to be on summer vacation. So, but anyway, as always, thank you so much. Really be, hey daughter.
Hello.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We know you could be doing so many other things, but we definitely appreciate you being here. Dominion, thank you so much for the birthday gifts and the drinks and the cocktails.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off. Cheers.
As we say, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you.
Good night.
And good night.